What's up, Virgo? Welcome to the reading for full moon in Gemini. This is going to be the last full moon of the year. It will peak on December 4th. Energy is potent 3 days before and 3 days after. So this can inspire some deep conversations, kick off some creative ideas, explore different viewpoints, and just an overall new perspective. So I want to find out what area of your life this is going to affect. What do we have for Virgo, please? Full moon in Gemini. The sun. So, this is you, right? That's the masculine energy. It's your perfect purpose. It's your life force. We have, the 8th house. We've got a lot of people getting the 8th house. Well, not a lot, but quite a few, more than I thought. So that's joint assets, sex, your transformation, and inheritances. Interesting. I feel like I'm talking to a Virgo that's like they're going through a transformation and almost like discovering who they are is what this feels like. You're finally waking up and realizing who you are, who you want to be. What makes you happy. Let's get more, please. It's almost as if you're reminiscing right now as we speak. You're reminiscing about a time when you felt stable, right? You felt like your friends and your family, everybody you were connected to, it's like you want to get back to being stable. So, maybe you're currently in a situation that's not making you feel stable, and you're realizing, wait a minute, this is not who I am. This is not where I want to be. Can we get more on this, please? So we have the biker card, Libra. It actually flew out in the reverse, though. You may have been a little bit of a lone wolf, and that's not who you are anymore. Okay, so I don't know how this one flew out. I'm going to say face up on this one. Oh, you experienced a breakup with somebody. That's why the lone wolf, the biker, flew out in reverse. You've been on your own since you've had a breakup with somebody. And you're missing that connection you had. It felt stable, secure. You know, you're kind of done being alone. So this is Cancer energy. Okay? There's Gemini, the Wheel of Karma. It was like you went off on your own and you felt like the rise and fall, right? So karma played into the situation. Okay, so I'm kind of curious as to, well, then what actually happened when you were off on your own after this breakup? It was almost like you thought you felt more alive being alone, but then it changed. The wheel of karma turned, right? So you felt like the rise, you felt good when you were off and single, you know, doing your thing. You were independent, you were free, you were loving who you wanted to love. You know, it was, you know, you didn't want to feel like you were conforming into a specific lifestyle of settling down. But then you were out there on your own. Something happened. Karma played in. You know, circumstances may have popped up. And now you're like, well, times have changed. You know, the guy on this biker, you know, he's got a white beard. You know, he's got white hair and a white beard. So maybe, you know, now that maybe I'm talking to somebody who's, you know, gotten a little older and they're like, being in the fast lane isn't so much fun anymore. I don't want to be out riding on the motorcycle, you know, and bar hopping and, you know, going to bike fest, whatever that may be for you. I'm just saying that because it's on the card. And yeah, there's Cancer energy again, the Chariot. And you know, it's kind of like time's gone by and you're like kind of not about that lone wolf life anymore. You know, it was fine for a period of time, but now you're feeling the fall of it because you're feeling lonely rather than wanting to be alone and be the lone wolf. It's flipped on you. You're feeling lonely now. And now you have the Chariot that's come out. So strong Cancer. You could have some strong Cancer in your chart. So we've got the King of Swords in reverse. Justice in reverse, two majors, Libra energy. You know, you realize you were not really, it's like you didn't really give either married life or, you know, being, you know, in a partnership, you didn't give it a fair chance. It's almost like you realize you lied to yourself. You lied to yourself about thinking the single life and being able to be free and do what you wanted was going to be spectacular. You know, you didn't give whoever you broke up with a fair chance. You know, it was injustice. And that's where the wheel of karma came in. It kind of bit somebody in the butt a little bit, right? And that happens, you know. We all kind of go through our own phases. You know, and now you've had time to kind of think about this. And you know the direction you want to go, right? You've had time to think about this. You know where you want to be. So tell me about this person you broke up with. Tell me about the person Virgo broke up with. Okay, we've got Capricorn energy. This is somebody who is very responsible. They're stable. Capricorn energy is, you know, they're very much a leader. So they're not as it looks like as free-spirited. They're a little bit more grounded. I'm not saying that they're boring or anything, but I think they're just more responsible. There's Libra energy again. They're a lover. They're oh yeah, you know what? They're very emotional and they're very harmonious in their union. So not only are they stable and responsible and show leadership, but they were a lover, and you miss that feeling. Yikes. Yeah, and they were a provider. Taurus energy. They were dependable. They were somebody you could depend on, and while you were out being a lone wolf, you may have come across people that were not dependable because you attract the same energy you're in. So if you want to be a lone wolf, you're going to attract in other lone wolves. And when you're feeling like, well, wait a minute, I'd like to have a night of hanging out, and, you know, maybe the person you're with is like, no, you know, I got places to go, people to see. And it gave you a taste of what you had done to this person you had broken up with. And now you're waking up to, wow, this is a real lover. I mean, this is somebody who's, you know, I can depend on. They're secure. They're stable. They're grounded. It's almost as if they ground you. So Virgo, like I said, may not be any of your main placements. You may have more Cancer in your chart, or Air, Gemini, Libra. And this person actually grounds you and makes you feel stable. And you miss that. Okay, let's get a angel number here for Virgo. And I guess you're going to be wanting to have a conversation with this person. because you're reminiscing and you would like to return. 2121. Energy levels. Prosperity, harmony, journey, patience, discipline, focus, trust, relationships. Yeah. It's almost as if your energy levels have changed, right? So at one time you were out the lone wolf doing your thing. You're older now, your energy levels have changed, and you're feeling a little bit more settled now. And so you are becoming more disciplined, right? You're discovering now who you really are after being that lone wolf, out moving on and doing your thing, being free. The day you've been waiting for is on its way. Maintain your discipline as you move closer to your ultimate goal. Guard your energy, stay focused. Your efforts will pay off. Remember, it's a climb, not an elevator ride. So I think your conversation is you want to come back in and you want to show this person that you had a falling out with that, hey, I've gone out, I've discovered who I am. I want to be grounded. I want to feel secure. I want to be stable. I don't want to be that free spirit out running off on my own. I know where I want to be. Here's where I want to be in a relationship with you, whoever you is. Wow, Virgo. So this is going to be a little bit of an intense full moon for you. But the good news is you now have discovered who you are. You know who you want to be. You're transforming. You've transformed yourself. Well, I hope this works out for you. I hope that you get everything that you desire. I hope that, this lover, is there with open arms. So good luck to you. Much love and light. I will talk to you soon.